for my time to talk about law enforcement and crime with Broward County Sheriff Gregory Tony. You can follow him on Twitter, by the way, at the BSO Sheriff Tony. Good morning, Sheriff. Good to talk to you again.
Hey, good morning, Jimmy. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, are there any leads in the case of James Bates? He's the 35-year-old man who was killed after being struck not once but twice by hit-and-run drivers in Pompano Beach last week. Terrible story.
Yeah, what a really unfortunate set of circumstances there. And, unfortunately, Jimmy, our traffic homicide investigators are still working this for tips. We haven't gotten any leads or anything as of yet, so I hope that the community would reach out to Broward Crime Stoppers and give us anything that they may have. That number is 954-493-8477.
Got it. All right. Thanks, Sheriff. Tell us about this new bill, which, if passed, make it easier for you to crack down on illegal ATV and dirt bike riders on South Florida roads. This is especially true during one of our holidays during the year.
Yeah, you and I talk about this, seems like every year, with the wheels up, guns down, daredevil events that take place, and it becomes very reckless. And we kept looking at this thing, so we need to be very much more aggressive and do something now to help mitigate this next year. And so I work with Major Chandler over at FHP and Senator Book on drafting a very comprehensive bill that's going to make it much more punitive, both from fines, revoking license, being able to confiscate and take some of these vehicles, and even hold people accountable who organize these events on social media and everything else. So I'm hoping to see this thing pass.
Let's hope so. Hey, here's a first. Broward Fire the other day, according to reports, used a drone to help put out a fire in a two-story house in West Park. Tell us about this technology and how prevalent it is and how prevalent it may become in the future.
Well, not only within our fire rescue, but in law enforcement, we've been applying the use of drone technology to help us in a multitude of levels. As you can imagine, in this case, our fire personnel were able to deploy the drones, get oversight, and look and do things such as rescues, observations, identify how the fire is spreading, and that gives us an opportunity to better deploy our assets and help mitigate putting our people, in harm's way. So I think we'll continue to expand that. You'll probably see more usage not only at fire rescue, but within the entire agency.
Yeah, it sounds great. It really does. Speaking of the fire department, Broward Fire, they've got a new cooking show hitting the airways. I love this kind of thing. And, if you want really good food, you go to a firehouse because they have to feed a lot of hungry people.
You got that right.
For sure. Yeah. Tell us about Firehouse Favorites.
I'm excited about this one because you're right, Jimmy. I have not in almost 15 years gone to a fire rescue facility or station where there wasn't a certified chef. I mean, these guys are phenomenal. And so what we wanted to do is just kind of expose that on the lighter side of the community, letting people get an inside look in there, and then also just creating something for more morale, make it a little bit competitive, go from one fire station to the other. And it really builds morale, but it also just gives the community to see, like, hey, we're humans. There's another side to the heroic stuff you see.
Yeah, well, those guys spend hours and hours and hours and hours in the firehouse, just in case. And they sacrifice a lot of family life and a lot of family time to be able to do it. So they better at least feed them well, and they do. Hey, Sheriff, thanks. We appreciate it. Our thanks to your men and women for keeping us safe each and every day. And we'll talk to you next week. Take care now.
Excellent. Take care, Jimmy.
Jimmy, I was watching the latest episode of that. They posted it up on their social media, and it was braised short ribs that had my mouth watering.
Yeah, well, look, it's those guys don't stay, because there's a lot of ribbon that goes on inside a firehouse. Too. Yeah. If you're not a good enough chef, you don't last very long. That's for sure.